What a day has it been for St. Louis? I have to tell you guys, this is looking really good for us as the draft is only one day away. Everything that went down today, getting a new player, the schedule, and so much more is coming up on Locked on Blues.
You're Locked on Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked on Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Thank you guys for making Locked on Blues your first listen every single day. My name is Haley Simon, and I am your host of Locked on Blues. I am excited to tell you guys that I am currently in the process of moving. I know, so the new setup will be nice. Right now, mostly everything in my room is gone besides my bed, so I do apologize, but we have a lot to talk about today, and I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am. I have to tell you, Doug made me a little bit nervous the past couple days, knowing that one of our first round draft picks could go away. But today, Dougie A, honestly, what it came down to was Krug not wanting to go. But the Blues were able to acquire Philadelphia forward Kevin Hayes and Philadelphia in return gets a 6th round draft pick. Philadelphia is also retaining 50% of Hayes' contract. So we're really only paying $3 million when in totality it was a little bit over 7 point something, so close to $8 million. This is a steal. Now, while Hayes is 31, that does seem to be a little bit of concern since we want the guys in our team to get younger. But something that we talked about in some of the first couple episodes of Locked On Blues when I took over was the idea of Ryan O'Reilly coming back. And now he does not have to. We have a guy who's been in the league. He was originally drafted, Kevin Hayes, by the Blackhawks in the first round, and he was the 24th overall in the 2010 NHL entry draft. Hayes is a big guy at 6'5" and 216 pounds. So in the past 4 seasons that he spent with the Flyers, in 2022, 2023, this past season, he was able to tally up 54 points, 18 goals, 36 assists. So he also, another thing about Hayes was that he was selected to be in the NHL All-Star game this year down in Florida. So that's always a good sign. The Massachusetts native also appeared in 9 NHL seasons, having in total 386 points. And I have to tell you guys, that to me says that this is a player that won't change our team, but he definitely won't hurt our team. So 56 postseason games. So he has been to the postseason, knows what it takes. And what we're getting out of Kevin Hayes, we're getting a team guy. We're getting a guy that works well with others. He has always been a leader on the team. At one point, he was wearing the A for the Philadelphia Flyers. So who knows what happened there, but the point of the matter is this. Hayes, 100% is he late in his career? Absolutely. But is this a benefit to us for this season, right? He's not somebody that I am super ecstatic about and jumping out of my chair being like, woohoo, we got Kevin Hayes. He will not change the team. But I think having one of those leaders on the team, somebody that works and plays well with others, yeah, this past season, was it his best? No. In the beginning of the season, he played really well, and then it just deteriorated. So to me, that draws some concern, like why was his play so awful in the second half of the season? But then you have to be a little bit optimistic, right, folks? Glass half full, not half empty. And you then have to remind yourself he played really well in that first half of the season. So hopefully that's how he plays here in St. Louis. This big trade that was supposed to go down ended up being really minute. Yeah, we kind of had a feeling all along that Hayes would be coming to St. Louis. Yes. We were expecting to maybe have a couple other guys, like a Sanheim. But, and this is what I'm going to get back to in a minute, we didn't lose any of our first round draft picks. Can we just take a moment? Because your girl was panicking a little bit because I wanted us to have every single one of our first round draft picks for tomorrow night. I did not want to give it up for a 31-year-old or a 27-year-old. A couple of you guys I saw on Twitter were saying, oh, well, if Konechny was also part of that package, then it would have been fine. That's different. I feel like he is the only other player on the Flyers that was really linked to being here in St. Louis at one point. But Sanheim, it's not good enough to give up a first round draft pick. So I am happy that Army was able to get this deal done. I mean, at the end of the day, more cost effective than O'Reilly would have been. And it's another big body on the ice. Now, as we went over the roster yesterday, I told you guys my concerns with the ages of the guys on this team. And that is something that we need to take into account. Realistically speaking, 31 years old, how much can we expect out of him with his physicality? There is so many questions that I have. But I also believe that being on a team that has been in this so-called rebuild era for the past couple seasons, which the Flyers were in, definitely does play an effect on a player's mentality. Maybe it was the constant losing, the fans giving up on them. I don't know what exactly it was, but what I do know is here in St. Louis, we have a different culture. Here in St. Louis, we recently won the Cup. I believe that he's going to be well under Berube. I really do. And, you got to look at the pros and the cons. Right now, I see pros. I see a big body on ice. And I'm going to repeat that again. A big body on ice. That is huge for us. It's not like we gave up anything major, a 6th-round draft pick in next year's draft. Are you kidding me? A lot of 6-rounders really don't go far in the NHL. There's a few exceptions, okay? Do not twist my word, okay? But overall, this was a steal for us. We got a guy for cheap because in reality, the Philadelphia Flyers are paying half of his contract. So we're basically laying out $3 million. We really didn't give them anything in return. Now, yes, Krug, what's going to happen to him? I don't know. Right now, what's today's date? I always mess up the dates. It is June 27th, which means that it's one day, obviously, before the draft. I just knew the draft was on Wednesday. But it's June 27th and 5 o'clock. So do I think things are going to happen before the draft? I mean, things are already happening right now before running out. Again, we won't have this issue in a couple days. See, this is what I worry about, right? What if I'm filming an episode of my Locked On Blues and then something breaking happens and I'm like, oh, hold on, and I have to change everything. Like, that stresses me out. So I'm like, please don't break an hour after I upload. Speaking of uploading, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. My goal is to get to 700 subscribers before the draft. So we really have about 24 hours. So hit that button. But yeah, overall, we got Kevin Hayes for a steal. We stole him out of Philly, essentially. So congratulations to Army. I did lose a little faith in you. I'm going to be completely honest. The Krug situation, we don't know where he's going to go. We don't know if he's going to end up waiving for any team, probably for Boston. That's the only team that I could see him going to is back to Boston. But other than that, we have our 3 first-round draft picks, and we're going to get into that. But first, let me tell you guys, give me 1 second before I tell you. Right now, I am going to tell you guys about my friends over at eBay Motors. For a championship team, it's all about making sure every player is a perfect fit. It's the same when it comes to your vehicle. Every part needs to fit just right. So the next time you need parts and accessories, head to eBay Motors. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, you can be sure every part you need fits right the first time around. Just add your ride to My Garage and look for the green check to know if the part will fit. or your money back. Because just like in sports, confidence is the name of the game when you shop on eBay Motors. And with over 122 million parts to choose from, you'll be back in the game in no time. After all, it's easy to bring home a win when the parts are guaranteed. Get the right parts, get the right fit, and the right prices on ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. eBay guarantee fit only, available to U.S. customers. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. Whew, okay. Back to something that also happened today, and that is the Blues' schedule for the 2023-2024 season. Yep, schedules dropped today in the NHL, and there are some few games that are highlighted on here that the Blues have, and I love this. I love theme games. I love games that the team can do some fun, like off the ice stuff around. I don't know. Like I'm one of those people where anything to enhance the experience of watching hockey and bringing people into, enterprise that haven't been before is always exciting to me. So we have a night called Thankful for Blues Hockey. The Predators come to town just after Thanksgiving for a divisional matchup on November 24th. I love that. Thankful for Blues Hockey. That's going to be an episode title coming up on Lockdown Blues at one point. Then we have Home for the Holidays. The Blues will host the Blackhawks. Boo! On December 23rd. The Stars on December 27th. And the Avalanche on December 29th during the Christmas and New Year holiday season. I like it. We have a night called Champs Are Here. The Vegas Golden Knights visit St. Louis following their 2023 Stanley Cup Championship on December 6th and March 25th. I don't know how I feel about this being a theme night. The champs are here. I'm going to say something. You might agree, you might disagree. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't care that they won the cup. The champs are here. Like, come on. The other stuff was like sweet and nice. This is just like, what is this? This is definitely not going to be a theme night. Oh, night. Oh, night. I need to not say night. Then we have Bring On the Weekend. The Blues have home games on 4 Fridays, 11 Saturdays, and 3 Sundays. Interesting. I, for one, am a little disappointed about the Sundays. I love Sunday hockey. So I would have liked to see some more games on Sundays. Only 4 on Fridays, which is fine because I feel like Fridays are kind of like going into the weekend. So I enjoy my Friday nights. But then Saturday 11, that seems pretty normal, so that's fine. And then we have Mirror Images. The Blues bookend their season with the same 2 matchups. Oh, this is cool. Opening in Dallas, then hosting Seattle, and closing with the inverse, hosting the Kraken, and then concluding their regular season out in Dallas. I like it. I kind of like that in a way, like ending in Dallas. That's nice. What do I think of the highlighted games? It's whatever, I guess. We're going to talk about October. We're going to go through the months throughout different episodes and kind of talk about different teams in more detail. But I'm just going to kind of go over November, not in much detail, but just to give you guys a little bit of what's going on because I'm so draft focused, but I also wanted to touch on this today. So in November, as I previously said, on October 12th, the Blues are at Dallas, 7 p.m. October 14th, we host the Kraken for our home opener, 7 p.m. Oh, man, I hate this team. October 19th, we host the Coyotes at 7 p.m. They're not a real hockey team. We don't need to get into that. October 21st, we host the Penguins at 7 p.m. October 24th, we're at Winnipeg, 7:45 p.m. October 26th at Calgary, 8 p.m. And then a late night game, October 27th at the Canucks. It's an all right schedule. Do any of these teams concern me? I guess you could say. Obviously, the Stars, they did pretty well. I mean, they made it to the Western, Cup Finals. I mean, they lost, but um, I don't. The Kraken, no, they don't concern me. Coyotes, obviously not. The Penguins don't concern me. The Jets, no. The Flames, no. The Canucks, the Who, no. Um, I don't know. I feel like some of the teams that did well last season, it was a little bit fluky. So, for instance, the Kraken, I'm truly not concerned. They don't really have anybody on the team that is making me feel nervous. Obviously, the Dallas Stars are the best team that we're going to be playing against. And that's fair because they also were the team that went to the Western Conference Finals, lost to Vegas, which is how Vegas then advanced to the finals. But the point is that in totality, you look at the schedule, all I see is just, you know what? We're going to have to play hard. Yeah, we're going to have some wins, we're going to have some losses. Hopefully, I hate ties. I really hate when the game is tied. I hate overtime. And I'll tell you why. Regular season OT sucks. I get it. 3-on-3 hockey, you need to end the game kind of fast. It doesn't matter. It's not the playoffs. But it is so boring. I don't know. I like the drama of having it all drawn out. And then I hate shootouts even more. We can get into what I don't like about hockey, but I just wins, losses, make it easy. Let's go wrap it up. Hopefully more wins than losses. But the Blues had a fluky season this past year. So I'm not, I don't know. I really feel like they could get 80, 86 points. Don't hold me to that. We're gonna have to go. I have to be more in depth with what I'm looking at. But off the top of my head, I'm like, maybe 86. I mean, yeah, will that be challenging for the Blues? Yeah, kind of. Not really. I trust these guys, and they're gonna bounce back. I really do believe so. And I've been firm when I've been saying that the past episodes here on Locked On Blues. Speaking of Locked On Blues, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Locked On Blues. You can also subscribe here on YouTube at Locked On Blues. Get all of your Blues updates, your team every day, part of the Locked On Network. I am so happy to be here, part of this family, and to talk to you guys all about your St. Louis Blues. All right. The big day is tomorrow, hopefully when Zachary Benson comes back home. To our home. No, it is draft night tomorrow, and we're almost 24 hours out. And I got to tell you guys, not that I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm just eager. Okay. So, what do we have tomorrow night? We're going to go over this in more detail because I know I've talked a lot about the first round, and obviously that's important, but we also have some other picks. So, in round one, and this is only going to be tomorrow night, but I'm sure on tomorrow's episode, we're going to have some new things to talk about, so I need to get this out of the way. Okay, so tomorrow, round one, we have the number 10th pick, overall pick, the number 25th from Toronto, and the number 29th from Dallas. So that's how we got them. Then we have nothing in the second round. Yeah, would have been nice, absolutely, but there's only so much that we can ask for. So round three, we have the 74th overall. I hate saying it like that. The 74th overall. No, we have the 74th overall, but it doesn't sound as cool when you say it like that. Round three. And then we have the 76th from Ottawa. So that's all we have. We have that 2 in the third round. We have 1 in the fourth, which is pick 106. In round 5, we have pick 138. In round 6, we have 170. And then in round 7, we have 202. This is the thing. And listen, I know there's some guys that shine that are picked in the later rounds. I respect the hustle. But come on, do you really think our or 202 overall. Like, no. Right now, my focus is on that first round, as yours should be. Third round, sure, we might get a gem. We have 2 picks in the third. Absolutely, it's possible. But right now, St. Louis, our focus needs to be on that 10th overall pick, that 25th, and the 29th. Now, I'm hoping because the Blues made this graphic that nothing's going to change from now up until the draft night, which is 24 hours away, but it could. I am so happy. Like, thank you, Doug, because I did not want to give away any of our first round draft picks. The idea that some of you had when you said, "Oh, well, if it's just Kevin Hayes, they could still give us like one of their first rounds." No, teams are not going to give you first round draft picks for older, not as useful guys. I'm sorry, like that's the reality. So I wasn't surprised that we didn't give Philadelphia one of our draft picks, because if roles were reversed, I know that we wouldn't give them ours. But I mean, losing a draft pick in the 6th round of, next year's draft, that's not a big deal. I read you guys our picks. Do you really think, let me go check on the number again. Hold on. Do you really think our 170th overall pick is going to make a huge difference for our franchise and our team? Let me know. Do you? No? No. Because most likely that won't happen. Reality is, we're in a situation where we won. We have won. The only thing that we haven't won is the whole Krug situation, and that might take some time. I'm not sure what Doug's going to do about it. But as of this moment, we won. We acquired a player with basically nothing to lose, right? We have all of our picks intact for this year's draft. And yeah, we didn't get a guy that's younger. Okay. But we did get a good leader, and we got a veteran who's been in this league, So he did play for the Rangers at one point, and then the Flyers, and, obviously drafted by Chicago. I really hate Chicago. But the point of the matter is that we got somebody that does hold some value. Some value. I got nervous because whenever I see Chris Johnston tweet, I'm always like, please don't be about us as we're recording, because then that would really disrupt my flow. But I have to have the notifications on for you guys here on Locked On Blues, because if anything were to happen, this would be breaking news. And that's why my episodes have been filmed a little bit later in the day, only for the fact that if I film my episode at the normal time that I do at 11 o'clock in the morning, what if something broke? I mean, something did break after that time today. So I always want to make sure, especially when like things like this, like right now we have the draft coming up soon. So yes, some of this stuff will be filmed like a little bit later. Regular scheduling of this programming will usually stay very consistent. It's only because of all the news that's coming in. And I want to give you guys the most up-to-date recent Blues talk here. So that is why that is what it is. And I guess like the next big deadline would be like the trade deadline. Those things might be a little fluky, but as of now, I see everything being calm and sailing and good. And if anything happens with Krug, like obviously that's going to be important. But when we have our preseason, regular season games, to make sure, I just cut out again. I want to make sure that you guys have it. So if just don't mind the timing right now, it is truly just so I can give you all the best quality episode with the most relevant, up-to-date information. So I just wanted to put that out there. Today has been a fun episode of Locked On Blues, and I am so excited for the NHL draft tomorrow night. I cannot wait. I really hope we get Zach Benson. We really need to get Zach Benson. I don't know what I would do if we don't get Zach Benson. I'll be upset. I'll be really upset. Like, really upset. All right, let me know who you guys want the Blues to draft down below. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, folks, I will see you tomorrow, and let's go Blues.